Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes as usual. I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Juri Han t-shirt because she's my favorite character in Street Fighter 6. Um, I'm not good with her, but she's hot, and I like hot chicks in video games. Anyway, I was asked by someone whose name I can't pronounce because it's like those, it's in Korean, so I'll just call him Johnny. Anyway, I'm assuming it's a guy, but anyway, the Karina being a white, I can't talk. Karina being a white, I don't know why I can't talk. Oh, because I drank a lot. Being a conservative princess, a right wing princess. um, he said I should take it seriously. Here's the problem. Uh, Everything is political if you make it political. Everything is racist if you make it racist. Everything is sexist if you make it sexist. Everything is whatever if you make it that way. So, I mean, if you really think wearing a jacket that has red in it and the number 2 on it, if you think that's political, then there's no changing your mind. So it's just laughable. And so you see it on the other side too. You see people avoiding the color blue, like just because, some person with no life is just going to assume if you wear blue you're for the Democratic Party. And you've seen idols, if they're wearing blue, they'll make the picture black and white. Like One Young from IVE did that actually, and to me, by her doing that, that makes me think she supports the other side. So it's like you can't win. But the thing is, I'm not gonna attack Wang Young. First of all, I'm not Korean. I don't live there. But let's just say, let's just use Wang Young for an example. If she was American and there was a presidential race right now, in America, it's like Democrats are blue, we Republicans are red. If she was wearing a blue shirt, no one would think that she supports the Democratic Party. But if she made it black and white, you would actually think, oh, she must not at least not support the Democratic Party, and most likely supports the Republican Party or the conservatives, whatever. So either way, you can't win. But she wouldn't be attacked though. Now, if she was wearing red, she probably would be attacked because there is a slightly different mindset with liberals and conservatives. So it's actually like safer to be on, or at least appear publicly to be on their side, because they tend to be the more violent side and the more radical side that will riot, cause protests, like all that stuff. Like does the stuff that messes up society is usually on the left side. But anyway, but back to Karina. So for those of you that don't know, Karina is not a conservative. Actually, she's not a Republican or whatever you call the party over there. I just don't care. I think it's the Power People Party, but and the reason why I know she's not a conservative is because she's a feminist. Feminists aren't conservative, so I don't. So that's why it's so laughable. Like the party people, the party who people are accusing her of supporting, goes against a lot of her views. So that's why it's all bullshit. So Karina, she doesn't hide the fact that she's a feminist, and so feminist is associated with the Democratic Party, at least in Korea. Well, over here in America too, but so I don't know why this was even a thing, and this was obviously started by someone who doesn't know anything about Karina, obviously, because if you knew anything about her, you know she's a feminist. So I don't, and but here's the thing: it's like a lot of people don't like that about her. So it's like you can't win when you come out with any political statement in the first place. So and anything can be used if the wrong person like gets the material. So it's a dumb issue. It's pointless. I don't know why people on either side are championing her as this conservative princess. um, and then like she can't win, so she apologized, but it doesn't matter. Once again, you can't apologize. Oh, because like every time someone has apologized, the first thing that happens is, well, it wasn't sincere. And it doesn't matter how many times you apologize. If the person, if people don't like you, they just don't like you. And there's nothing she can do about this. It was almost better for her to not say anything. And also, she should have kept the picture up, because by taking it down, she's saying she did something wrong. And also, once again, you just give these people power, because this is all about control. So they don't. She did something that half the country, whatever. I'm assuming, because in most politics, it's like usually 50-50. And like when a politician wins, it's usually by a slim margin. Now, this in America anyway, like last election, Donald Trump won, at least with the electoral votes. Like he won by a landslide, but it's just that it was a combination of just a really bad candidate, really bad policies, and everything like like just everything got worse because of Democrats. So it was like it didn't matter who was gonna run, Donald Trump was gonna win, because one side was just so bad. So I know, so it's not always a 50-50, but and then in this political climate, you have issues in Korea that a lot of people don't like the Democratic Party. Like they're trying to like make same-sex marriage a thing. They're trying to push gay rights. It's basically the same as the Democratic Party here in America. Like they're basically trying to like ruin society, and they're pushing feminism. But once again, these are the people who are the emotional, violent ones, and that's why they're attacking her so much. So, in a way, if you're not gonna like Karina, it shouldn't be because she's this quote unquote conservative princess. It should be because she's pushing issues that we already know, because history keeps repeating itself. Issues that ruin a nation, like feminism ruins nations. Because feminism is really about just making men weak, and a nation of weak men doesn't do so well. Like that's why Russia and China, make that stuff illegal, because a strong nation has strong men. It. You don't have women in the army. You have men in the army. You don't have women on the front lines. That's just stupid, you know. And like men are better leaders. There's just so many things. But anyway, if you're gonna be mad at Karina, you should be mad because she's a feminist, and that's about it. Like, and also, who cares? I know I keep saying I said a bunch, but that's just because Johnny asked me to. But in the end, I don't care, because my vote has never been swayed because a famous person said to vote like one way or the other. And I'm assuming people are kind of the same around the world. I can't picture anyone voting a certain way because Karina said so. I just can't. I just can't imagine that. Um, I mean, you have to be an idiot to vote because Karina said to vote a certain way. Now she hasn't said anything, but I'm just saying, like, if she did come out and say, like, vote vote Democrat? Are you gonna vote Democrat because she said so, or are you gonna vote because you want to? I hope it's because you want to. And if she came out and said vote Republican, I hope you would vote the way you want to and disregard anything she said. So like, if you're an Espa fan or a Karina fan, and Karina was like, hey, I want everyone to vote this way, and you change your vote because of that, well, you probably shouldn't be voting in the first place. Because a person like you is the reason why bad policies get made, because you'll just vote because someone said so. Like, so once again, that's why I can't take it seriously. And then like you hear other people say it's very dangerous for her. I mean, it's very dangerous to come out on a on a political side. I can't take it seriously. Yeah, I've seen dozens of videos where people are like it's dangerous for her to have political opinions. Like what's I just can't. It's I'm sorry. Oh my god. Like why do you care what she does? Like I'm sorry. The whole thing is stupid. Like I I don't give a rat's ass what Karina or any other celebrity thinks about politics, because it who cares? Like their life is completely Karina's life is completely different than yours. Karina is in the at least economically in the top 1%. Because in I'm talking about in Korea, she's in the top 1% of people with money. Because the average person's poor. That's just how it is. Okay, so you're telling me that this girl that does lives this idle lifestyle and is busy pretty much 7 days a week just doing the idle stuff. You think her life is anything like yours? So like, why would you even take her opinion on politics? I, you know, like her life, money isn't an issue. She has a very carefree life. So anything she says about politics is not even relatable to you. That's why like it doesn't matter what she thinks, and it shouldn't matter what she thinks. Like you got to vote in a way that's gonna make your life better. That's how I vote. Like I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, whatever. I go what are the issues? And so if a candidate is pushing issues that I want, I vote for him. It doesn't matter if it's whatever. What party? Okay, well if it's a Nazi party, no. But anyway, so I don't know what to tell you. It's not gonna go away because the people who are on both sides, because there's just as many people praising her, and there's just as many people putting her down. Like it's pretty much 50-50, which it just makes no sense. And like when you have members of the conservative party uh, praising her, that just makes it worse. I don't know why they're doing that, because they know that this woman is getting flack. They they know this, and so the people who are in the conservative party like thanking her, they need to come out and make a statement and say she like as far as we know, like we don't know who she votes for. Her wearing red was not a political endorsement. Like if they would just say that would make her life a lot easier. But they're using her to, because there probably is a handful of stupid people who would do anything she says. I'm sure there's a lot of simps out there, because you remember, like, she can't even date without horrible repercussions because all these incels like attack her online. So like I'm sure those people, like all the people who complained about Karina dating, those are the people who would vote because she set the vote a certain way. So, but like that's a very small percentage of the voters. I mean, that's I don't know how many people vote in Korea, but basically, her like all the people who were complaining about her having a boyfriend, those are the same people who are going to vote the way that she wants you to vote. So that's very very small percentage. So it's like Karina is not gonna sway the election in either way. And the fact that people think that's scary too. The fact that people think, oh well, she has enough power to. Come on, no. I mean like, and then it really makes Korea look bad because if you're telling me that a a a celebrity, basically just a hot chick. I mean, I only like Karina because she's hot. I've said how many times when I talk about aespa that they're just a better looking version of Blackpink, and they're basically Blackpink Junior, but they are better looking. And so that's all I think about with Karina. She's just a hot chick. I mean and I don't care about I don't care about the opinions of hot chicks. I just care about the way they look. But that's my mindset, and I think more people need to have that mindset. That's why when I do all these videos, at least in the past, I will go, "This is K-pop for straight people. Let me explain to you why you should like aespa. You can watch them with the sound down and still be entertained. Hence this background right now. I don't know what she's saying. I just know she's hot, and I can watch her dance in slow motion like a stripper would. And so once again, I don't give a rat's ass what a stripper thinks. So like you got to stop putting celebrities on a pedestal and just think for yourself. I don't care what Karina wears as long as she looks good in it. I don't care that she's a feminist because I don't follow her for her views. I don't care about anything she does. I don't care about her religion. I don't care about her whatever. I don't care what kind of car she drives. I don't care what she has for breakfast. I don't care about anything other than she's a hot chick and she's easy on the eyes and she's good with fan service. That's it. So I don't I mean I can't take it seriously. So I don't know what else you want me to say. Sorry. But well, I tried. Anyway, I hope that satisfies you. I'll see you guys later. Peace.